Hello, this is David from David Books and Comics, and today I've added, I think, 4 to my checklist. Books that have been on my shelf and that actually I'm just completing collecting. Some I finished collecting, some I'm not. In many ways, not quite finished collecting. Anyway, so we'll start with the first on the list, and that's Brak, the Barbarian, as by John Jakes. So I have a few of those, and we're going to grade them together, okay? So this is I have my checklist out, and away we go. So we have the first one that I have on this list is this one, beautiful cover by Frank Frazetta, signed. And it's a beautiful copy. It looks to be very good, fine copy of Brak the Barbarian versus the Sorceress, and that is the second book in the series, and it's a paperback original. The original story was published in a Fantastic Stories, which was a digest-sized pulp magazine. So Brak the Barbarian, so that's a first, and we say it's a fine. So that's that one. Then we have another one, also by the same publisher, Brak the Barbarian versus the Mark of the Demons. Okay. And this is the third book in this series. The artist, I'm not sure of. It has damage on the cover. So that's number 3 in the series. And this is the first in the series. It's called simply titled Brak the Barbarian. And the first one was published back in 68, I believe. Yeah, 1968 by Avon. So we'll just indicate that we have the first one. This is the Mark of the Demons. This is just like this one, British Tandem Edition. So it's the third adventure, Mark of the Demons. We already have that one in the original. We have Brak the Barbarian, the Sorceress, the second adventure, it says here. So that's that one. Put that aside. And then we have Brak, When the Idols Walked. That's the 4th book in the series, and I believe this is an original. Just going to check the artist, if it has. I'm not sure who that is, but there is a signature there, if you can see it. Alright, so that's that one. I believe it's the first. Check. It's 1978, first serialized in Fantastic Stories, 64, first pocketbook, 78. So it looks to be the world first, so. That one is very good copy. Then this is the Fortunes of Brak, and this one, I'm not sure who the artist is. The interior artist, it says. It's Beekman. Douglas Beekman is the interior artist. It's signed there. And I don't know if the signature matches. Let's see if I can see it here. Enlarge it here. You can see just in the bottom left-hand corner there. I'm not sure. Not sure who that is. Anyways, so that's the Fortunes of Brak. It's Adele. Text block is tinted green. typical of Dell paperbacks. It's from 1980. It says first printing, and the copyright and illustrations copyright is 1980. So it's the first Dell, and I'll just say very good. The spine split doesn't make it a good copy. Anyway, or a very good copy, I should say. I'll leave it at that. Alright, so what's the next one we're going to look at? It looks like on top of the very top, it's Kyrik. And that is by Gardner Fox. And I didn't say anything about Brak. Brak was created by the prolific John Jakes. He was famous in his later years for the historical novels that he wrote. The series was inspired, of course, by the Conan stories of Robert E. Howard. Brak is a blonde-haired warrior with braided hair. That's how he's described in the novel. In the first novel and in the subsequent novels, Brak goes up against various evil antagonists to attain to his quest and eventually find a mysterious courtesan. And it's a quest that was never completed because there's only 5 books in the series. Alright, so the next one is Kyrik. And we have to do Green Star too. Okay, Kyrik. Here we are. So this is a 4-book series written by Gardner Fox. It features the Kothar type character. It was written later, published later, published in the 1970s. Kothar was actually his other creation. His other Barbarian swordsman was published earlier. And again, it's like a Conan inspired series. What's unique is that it's very more akin to Kull the Barbarian, I think. He reminds me more of King Kull than he does of Conan. Like the latter character, Kyrik was the ruler of a kingdom when he ran afoul of a sorcerer who took over his reign. The opening novel starts there. What follows is an adventure with Kyrik, who encounters a sorceress and then eventually the evil guy. It is just simple, good sword and sorcery. Nothing too special about it. But if you like sword and sorcery, you'll enjoy the Kyrik stories. All right, the first one to grade is this one, and this is a reading copy because it's got a damage on the cover from a price sticker, obviously. So, Fights the Demon World, and that's the second book in the series. And I think it's the original. Just look. Cover art is by Ken Barr. Yeah, it's from 75 in the copyright. I suspect it's the original. So I'll just give it an indication as such. And the next one is this one. It's been reviewed on, I forget where, but I don't know if it was Glorious Trash or somewhere. But anyways, this is a Ken Barr cover. It's one of the things that attracts people to the book. Again, damaged by a price sticker. And this is the first, I believe. Copyright 1975. So these are the 2 books I have of that series. Alright, so that's Kyrik. The next one I have is the Kothar books. I have to grade those. And here we are, the Kothar books. And the first one I have here is a beautiful copy of Kothar and the Wizard Slayer. And that's a very fine, and it has nice tight bound copy. It has the cigarette ad. And this is from 1970. And yeah, this is the original. It's a unibook. Cover art is by Jeff Jones. So we give it the entire highest grade. Okay, the next one is by Leisure Books. It's Kothar and the Demon Queen. And that's copyright 1970, but this is a later edition. And it's a fairly nice copy. It has a split there. So, Demon Queen, that's this one. It's otherwise better than a reading copy. Better than a good copy. I'll give it 2. Here's another one. This is the first one. This is Kothar and the Barbarian Swordsman. And that's a nice copy. There's a little scuffing on the cover. And we look inside. Frostfire. I forgot to mention, Kyrik's sword is called Blue Fang. And this one, Kothar's sword is called Frostfire. So that's not the first. Not the first. The first one's from 1970. And this is the first edition right here. This is it says first in a series, Kothar Barbarian Swordsman. Cover art, I'm not sure. It looks to be Jeff Jones, but I'm not sure. It's from 1969, it says. And that is the first. It's a better than good copy. It's a good plus copy, so I'll put it in a very good category. Alright, the next series we got to do that I just added to my checklist is simply a matter of just sticking them in the file and then printing it out. So that's my favorite of all the covers. And it's a Michael Whalen cover. That's this one here. This one has a slight bent spine. This is Dawbook number 180. And this is the first impression. Michael Whalen cover with his signature. We look. See about the blur. See if I can. There it is. Here's the M. It's right there. It's Michael Whalen. So that's a better than good copy. It's a good plus copy. Next one I have to grade is this one. This is Dawbook number 138, As the Green Star Rises. And that's a Roy Krenkel cover. And the interior art is by, if you recognize the style, that's Mike Kaluta. It's a recognized graphic artist. So Roy Krenkel and Mike Kaluta are the credits. Alright, so there's, it's the third impression of a first. So Dawbook 138. This is As the Green Star Rises. I'll give it, don't like this faded spine and the slight spine roll. But it's a better than good copy, I think. Alright, this one. Is this the one? Yeah. This is simply a reading copy. This is Dawbook number 110 by the Light of the Green Star. Cover art, I think, and there's no way to check because pages have been ripped out, but it is a reading. it starts with chapter 1. Alright, so I'm looking for an upgrade, obviously. Unfortunately. Alright, the next one is this one. And this is an early DAW, number 62. DAW 62, and it's When the Green Star Calls. And let's see what the price is. The publication date, I mean. Luis Dominguez, cover art and interior. And this is a world first. Lin Carter, of course, did all those Conan pastiches. And with Elsbrag de Camp, which people don't, or Conan aficionados don't like. Let's see, that's that one. Okay. And this one I can't grade more than a good minus copy. This is Under the Green Star. You can see the tear, the cover art is nice. And this is obviously the first. And it's DAW book number 30. It's the original Tim Kirk cover art. Alright, so that's it. So the Green Star. Let me share a little bit about Green Star. Now, Green Star, as you see there, was first published back in 1972. A series of novels of an adventurer mysteriously named as Lord Chong. The series was clearly inspired by Robert E. Howard's Barsoom novels that feature John Carter on Mars. The Green Star is never named, or the planet is never named. So this planet where he's projected onto, similar to the Star Lords in the Antares series and the John Carter series, when he discovers this cave and is transported to Mars. And what's his name is transported to Antares. Anyway, similar kind of story, but it has its unique characteristics. The Green Star is presumably a young star, where our hero finds himself. The stories are obvious pastiches to Edgar Rice Burroughs. Actually, in the first novel, this one, the opening section, credits, says, with an epilogue by the author on the Burroughs tradition. Credits Edgar Rice Burroughs. So it's not pretentious in that way. They're good reads, straightforward Sword and Planet adventures. For my money, this series is the easiest to read and enjoy. The Antares series is excellent also, but integrates a lot of world building in the text. And sometimes Bulmer just wallows in the world building as you're reading the novel and the story, where you don't see that so much here in the Lin Carter book. Anyway, so that's my grade, and I hope you enjoyed just going through the books I have and just looking at the covers and the artists and so on. And remember the subscriptions are really welcome. My channel has grown quite a bit, slow and sure, which is the pace I would like it to go. And thanks everyone for watching, your subscriptions, your sharing, and your comments. It's been so far a learning experience for everybody, including me, who's putting all these videos together. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.